First of all, I would like to thank you so much to including me in this project. And as the choreographer, for me, when I teach them, I feel very grateful because they also very supportive and very good listener to me, and also very never stop learning. So it's easy to me to teach them the Lao traditional dance and also contemporary. And also they come from very different, unique. I also learn a lot from them, and they are very talented. So every time we try to make the move, the new move, we got the new things happen, and it's very inspiring me also. And after that, when we try to perform, I feel they are very comfortable with the move, and it feel the character is already in their body and the move also. I don't feel they are different from us, and very combined, very good for this thing, and go forward for the piece is quite well. And also I also learned a lot with the team also, with Toy Factory team. It's super nice to learn the new live action, the live action learning, and I get a lot of experience with that. So thank you so much.
My name is Boon Teck. I'm the Chief Artistic Director of Toy Factory Productions, Singapore. plotSEA, Sinxay is our first overseas artist initiative exchange program to develop more Southeast Asian work for international world stage. While traveling around the world, I felt that there's a shortage of local Southeast Asian content on the world stage. Growing up in this area, there are a lot of beautiful, precious, interesting, exciting story to be told. Through this initiative, I hope to gather artists from Southeast Asia together at Qingdao, a place I deeply fascinated with mountains and waterfall and a lot of rice plantation. I feel that it's a place for us to gather, to think, to ponder, to create, to communicate, and then to create artworks for Southeast Asia. We would say that we studied models, working with brilliant Makhampom Arts Space. Together we gather Singapore, Laos and Thai artists together in 2024 at Makhampom Arts Space in Qingdao. We work together for 2 weeks. We talk, we research, we practice Laos traditional dance, and we put together a work share. We have chosen Sinxay, one of the 3 most popular Laos classics, to explore as a material for us to work, to learn from each other. Here we are, creating this with a beautiful mountain background, sharing what we have discovered over the last 2 weeks.
Working with Boon Teck and Nut was very pleasant, and we had a couple of Zoom meetings regarding the music and the sound of the Laos folktale Sinxay. And Nut has sent me plenty of links for me to study and have a listen, to also come up with some music that she can use for her movement. And also we used some traditional instruments for the show that we borrowed from Makhampom Arts Center. After arriving at Makhampom Arts Center, I presented my tracks to Boon Teck and Nut, and we talked about how we can use the tracks and rhythm created to integrate with traditional Laos dance led by Nut, and also how we can possibly shape the whole story using movement and music. Personally, I would say that I'm very impressed and proud to say that we've come a long way. It definitely wasn't easy for the actors to learn traditional Laos dance and also learn to integrate it with different rhythms and emotions. I really enjoy what we have come up with so far, and I think that we can definitely work on it more, and hopefully we can bring this work back to Singapore to show.
So how did I slowly seep into Sinxay's character? Well, I would admit from the start it was a little bit tricky for me because we actually did a lot of workshopping back in Singapore about the character of Sinxay and the other characters in the story of Sinxay. And just based on words and based on reading, I found it a little hard to kind of embody him just yet. But eventually, once we came to Thailand and actually went into the Makhampom Arts Space itself, we started doing a lot of devising, a lot of learning from Nut, our choreographer, and also just collaborating with each other and the space around us. And once we truly started working in the space itself and creating, that's when I slowly started to taste the essence of Sinxay. And as days went by little, I started to realize that I was embodying him more and more each day. And towards the middle of our trip, I realized that, oh, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing here. and I started to be more confident about his character. And now we are towards the end of the trip, and the show is tomorrow. And I can confidently say that I have truly found Sinxay as a character, and I'm very proud of the work that we have done.
For me, I use all the art forms I learned in ITI when I learned Wayang Wong, I learned Kutiatam and Beijing Opera. So I use all those essences of those different art forms. For example, the initial creation of Nyak Kumpan's character. Yeah, that form, that big form was the initial thing that I took from Wayang Wong, and then from Kutiatam, the movements, the way it jumps, and then the mudras, the hand gestures and how the hand tells a story, and Beijing Opera's idea of Liang Xiang and how to present that character, to show off that character's might. And then we also learned from Nut some Laos dance, so like how the jeep is very important. So I try to integrate the jeep into the characters and try to see what can work, what cannot work, and it was a process with the entire team to find out whether it's appropriate or not appropriate. So yeah, Nyak Kumpan's was a mix of every different art forms that we had to try, that I had learned actually.
So it's quite an interesting process because actually we didn't know how the end product of our costumes are going to look like. So we got some like reference pictures of each character, and from the other pictures that we searched online that the other performers have put out before, we have some cloths, we have some ropes, some tapes, and then we just kind of experimented the look. So we used a lot of safety pins. We had a lot of trouble sewing pieces together. There were very funny nights where we were all very tired, right? And we were just lying there in the training chair and we're just trying to sew things together, and then things were not going well, like things were burning, there were holes, and then we were trying to sew up like Velcro parts. Because as well as like making it look nice, right? We also need to think about how the costume need to be able to serve our quick changes. So then there's a lot of like thought put into it, and I think it's so nice while we were going through this hardship together, right, that all of us were not really great at costumes or fashion design whatsoever. We really came together and we were helping each other so much. We were like embracing the frustration together. There were tears, there were pain, there were blood, and then there were total of 4 people who actually helped me sew and put my costume together, because I really just sucked at sewing. It was so bad. But like at the end of it all, like I think we really look out for each other, like, hey, I think your costume needs a bit of fixing here. Oh, I think you can sew a little bit here. We need to burn the edges of the frills. And I think it's so nice that it's such a different experience we have, because I think in no other production I really sew my pieces of costume together. So I think that really also make us feel to have a better ownership of what we are putting on on ourselves to be the character that we are. So that was very fun.
I think it's just very, very surreal. It's like bittersweet because it's like the last show, but then at the same time, like what it's like you are so thankful that it's like you finished a good run, right? But then at the same time, it's like, oh my god, it's the last run, so you kind of feel like sad. It's really bittersweet kind of moment for us, and also I feel like it's also bittersweet because it means that we need to say goodbye to like the people who have hosted us here, like the people like even Noot and like Tao, Golf, and like so many other people that we met here. Yeah.
I just feel so overwhelmed with the love that the village has showed us. Not just these past 2 days, but these past 2 weeks that we have been in Chiangdao. Just every time we step out, it's just hospitality from the villagers. And everyone, even the tourists that come here, they're so willing to give during a show. They don't know what they expect. A lot of people don't even know what is Sinxay, but they come and watch nonetheless. And the kids, just seeing the kids just smile and have their favorite characters and follow along to the story. It's just, I don't know how to describe because we're not saying any words, but everything is being conveyed and so much love is coming back.
My favorite was probably the costume because it's like Thai style, but at the same time it's still a bit different because I'm quite used to like Thai style costume, but it's like something new. I've never really seen it before. And also like the background is really nice and the space. And also the way they, like there's no sounds or anything, like nobody's really speaking. It's mostly about movement, so I think it's really like different because I've never really watched anything with just movement, and it really does shows what's actually happening throughout the show. So yeah, it's really nice.
จริงๆนี่เป็นครั้งแรกที่มาดูโชว์ที่แบบมีแสดงแบบนี้ปกติก็จะดูภาพยนตร์ในโรงใช่ไหมคะก็รู้สึกว่าแปลกใหม่ดีตอนแรกก็งงๆนิดหน่อยแต่ว่าพอดูไปสักพักหนึ่งเราก็รู้สึกว่าเราเริ่มอินกับเรื่องที่เราได้ดูเนี่ยค่ะจริงๆฉากที่เขาแบบว่าเกี่ยวพาราศีกันก็สนุกอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันเป็นฉากที่เราไม่เคยดูมาก่อนเนี่ย
หนูรู้สึกว่ามันเจ๋งดีค่ะเอาจริงๆหนูมองว่ามันอาจจะเข้าใจยากแต่ว่าพอได้อ่านตัวไกด์บุ๊กด้วยมันก็เลยแบบรู้สึกว่ามูฟเมนต์ต่างๆมันสื่อให้เราเห็นการกระทำของตัวละครแล้วก็การดำเนินเรื่องผ่านมูฟเมนต์ที่แทบจะไม่ต้องมีบทพูดก็สามารถเข้าใจได้ค่ะว่าแต่ละฉากเป็นยังไงต้องการจะสื่ออะไรเห็นพัฒนาการของตัวละครไปจนถึงตอนจบเรื่องเลยเนี่ยค่ะตัวละครที่ชอบที่สุดหนูชอบยักษ์ค่ะจากตอนแรกที่เป็นเหมือนเป็นคนร้ายเลยเป็นตัวร้ายเลยเป็นคนที่ลักพาตัวเจ้าหญิงไปอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเราได้เห็นว่าแบบเขาได้เหมือนกับหลงรักผู้หญิงคนนี้จริงๆและได้ทำอะไรเพื่อผู้หญิงคนนี้จริงๆจนแบบว่ายอมเสียสละชีวิตตัวเองเพื่อให้ผู้หญิงคนนี้ปลอดภัยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะก็เลยรู้สึกว่าเป็นตัวละครที่มีพัฒนาการและเจ๋งดี